Hello everyone and welcome to Bird Music Album Reviews, where today I'll be reviewing the classic indie folk album, In the Aeroplane Over the Sea by Nutrimilk Hotel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Every bit helps. Thank you. Anyways, let's get on with it. Released in 1998, In the Aeroplane Over the Sea came out to mixed reception among critics, but as time went on, its influence was realized, and now it is viewed as a very influential and important album of indie music. Starting the album, King of Carrot Flowers Part 1 begins with the guitar chords that have been engraved in my mind since I first listened to this album. Jeff Mangum's vocals have a really interesting effect on them, and he sings very interesting lines about a struggling relationship, with many references to Anne Frank that are thrown in, with harmonica sounds complementing the soft guitar. And then in the last line, Jeff sustains the word, adding a weird instrument that I'm not sure what the name of it is, then fading out, except for a low sound, transitioning into the next song. Parts 2 and 3 of King of Carrot Flowers are separated from the first part, and even though it isn't the most iconic song from the album, it contains the most iconic moment of the album, as the sound of the banjo comes in and Jeff iconically screams, "I love you, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, I love you. Yes, I do." Twice, transitioning into a short verse, then the horn kicks in, and it feels like it is constantly peaking, then bam, the drums hit hard and the song picks up, with some grungy bass, and it feels more like a rock sound around this point, as Jeff sings three verses, with a similar flow in each verse, picking up with intensity in each verse, and then ending by fading with a low piano note. The next song, the title track, In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, is a calm song beginning with a guitar and Jeff's soft voice, having a weird wobbling, high-pitched sound, and Jeff's voice picks up at the end of the verse, followed by the sounds of horn added so much to the song. Then back to another verse into the bridge of the song, with the wobbling sound going all over the place with great horns, and the bridge ends on a sad note, slowing down into a section with these weird squeaking sounds, sounding so eerie and sad, being picked up for a final verse, ending the song in a great way. Two-Headed Boy is the most folk song on the album, being entirely done on guitar, contrasting some of the songs that are more rock, which perfectly connects the rock and folk themes on the album. The song begins with the more frantic guitar played through the whole song, with Jeff's vocals changing between soft and loud in such a cool and unique way, with a perfect transition from the verse to the chorus, with the chorus being so smooth. And the rest of the song follows a similar structure, and the song ends with vocals and the guitar slowing down, and then perfectly transitioning into the next song, The Fool. It is an instrumental driven by horns and tambourine, being a short and lower-pitched song, but very fun and overall great track. Not much more to say about this one. Holland 1945 is one of the very best songs on the album, starting with the short guitar bit, then blasting very heavy bass that sounds absolutely incredible and hard-hitting drums. The song is extremely fun, pulling together almost every element of the album, with Jeff's frantic vocals going all over the place with verses and choruses fun to sing, with powerful lyrics and great instrumentals, with horns coming in just to add more. The bridge in this song slows down the vocals, but the instruments just stay with that power, with the vocals ending with the long sustained note, going into a wacky horn section that goes all over the place, ending the song so perfectly. The next song, Communist Daughter, is an extremely underrated track from the album, being such a calm and haunting track with the sounds of sirens, the calm guitar, and Jeff's vocals remaining soft through the whole song. Despite the song being so calm, it feels so uneasy. The song is short, but does so much for the album. The next track, O Comely, despite being an 8-minute long song. I'm going to keep this short because, to be honest, I don't like this song that much. It's just way too long, boring, and doesn't do much with its long time. The lyrics are phenomenal, but besides that, it doesn't do much anything at all for me. It's a more folk song with the main instrument being guitar, with some horns thrown in towards the end. That's all I'm going to say about this song. Then Ghost is my favorite song from this album, starting off with the fast-paced guitar, then gradually adding very heavy booms of bass into the first verse with vocal patterns sounding so insane, with the bass adding more percussion and more horns in the second half of the verse, going into a spectacular chorus, into a horn section sounding so calm while the raging bass and drums play in the background, into another verse, then another chorus, with the instruments just getting even more insane, and the vocals getting louder and louder, and just going into a pit of instrumental insanity, with the insane effects, heavy drums, the bass getting louder, going all over the place, just all off the walls, culminating in the most insane part, and then just fading. Untitled is the second instrumental track on here, taking the insanity of Ghost's ending, organizing it, adding an 8-bit sound, bagpipes, and just going all out. Probably the most fun track in the album, and it's just so unique as a song. The horn part starting around the halfway point is just so fun and insane, abruptly slowing down to just guitar, bass, and bagpipes, and immediately bringing everything back together to wonderfully close the song of insanity. Two-Headed Boy Part 2 is one of the greatest, most emotional closers to an album, with a haunting beginning, then just the sound of guitar and Jeff singing so emotionally, with an emotional instrumental. The song is just so beautiful, with its calm chorus, screaming in some parts of the verses, with the ending calling back to Two-Headed Boy Part 1, and then calming down to Jeff ending it so softly, and then it ends. The song works so perfectly as an ending to this album, so emotional. The structure, the order, and the placement of the songs in this album are just so well done. And overall, even though Oh Comely isn't a hit, this album is a masterpiece, receiving a 9 out of 10, and managed to be so diverse for a folk album, taking inspiration from rock as well, coming together to create a beautiful album with some emotional moments and some insane moments. Alright, remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for my big review of Soundtracks for the Blind, which I am hard at working. Bye.